Andy, you must be pleased, if nothing else, a clean sheet.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that we spoke about this week in terms of our last couple of away performances. We've conceded a number of goals, a number of shots on our goal. We've looked open to counter-attacks, to transitions. That's been a main focus of our work this week, being harder to play against, which we were today. Really pleased with the clean sheet. Lots of things when we got the ball we could have been a hell of a lot better at, but it's good to get another clean sheet, stop the rot of looking like we're a team who are open and easy to score against. So yeah, pleased with that. I think there was only 2 shots on target in the whole game, one from each team. It was far from a classic. It won't entice supporters back, let's say, but 2 honest teams, not trying to give everything, fought, compete, headers, second balls. There was all that, but there was very little technical quality in the game.
Apart from that stunning save, and it was a stunning save from Joe Murphy, they didn't, as you say, really have a chance on target at all, did they?
No, a brilliant save from Joe, and Joe, since he's come back in, has produced moments like that within the Salford game and the Walsall game, where he was overly worked, but a great save today. But say both keepers will probably go home and don't need the kit washing.
Now, as far as the lads are concerned, obviously they got a bit of a rollicking. It's probably the best way of putting it after the performance last Saturday. You must have been with a few plaudits and patting on a few backs tonight.
Yeah, as I just said to them then, no, there were things that we've said had to be the basis of our performance were there throughout the whole game. So that the basics of the game, the other side of the game, the ugly side of the game, you have to produce that. I'm glad we've gone back to that today. And we find ourselves in a position currently where we've got 7 players unavailable, 6 players injured. 1 player passed a fitness test this morning and was far from 100%, but he wanted to put himself forward. Now we couldn't fill the bench, but that's unfortunate where we're currently at. So it would have been easy to feel sorry for ourselves and be the victim, but we stood up to the game and pleased with a clean sheet.
What can you put it down to after the last 2 or 3 games? Was it application? Was it shape? What was it? Or the application of the players? I mean?
Yeah, listen, I think we spoke about a lot of things this week, myself and the players, and they've done a lot of listening, and there's been some honest feedback from me, which I always try to deliver honestly. You have to wear many different hats and many different faces when you're in my role, and how you deliver information has to be different, and you have to try and use your experience and knowledge and deliver it at the right time. So the players took that on board this week. The clean sheet was what we were after, and we got that, and it gives us something to build on, because you have to be a hard team to play against. In this, if you want to be successful, you can't turn up some games and be open and be easy to play against and expect some of your better technical players to produce moments all the time. So it has to be a combination of both. So that gives us something now to build on going forward now to our next away game at Bromley, and they will test us. They'll test us physically. They're a direct team, but we need to stand up to that fight again. As I say, 7 players unavailable currently at this moment in time, which is not easy for us. A number of defenders are obviously unavailable. But a couple of players playing maybe not in their strongest position today, but they said they stood up to the challenge, and we got out of it the point, the clean sheet, and we'll move on.
Today's in the book, the result's gone.
Yeah.
Can the lads do this exactly the same sort of thing?
No, we have to produce the same things, Neil. Say, if you want to be a team who are in the top half of the table, you can't just produce the out possession stuff as and when you want to do it. And the basics of football haven't changed. We had a moment in the dressing room before the game where Andy Parkinson put on a shirt he wore 23 years ago, and it was about 40 sizes too big for him. I said some things, unfortunately for you guys, have changed in football. The size of the kits, and you've got a bit of a choice. But some things haven't, and you've got to run, you've got to fight, you've got to compete, you've got to show pride in the shirt and who you're representing, and we restored some of that today. What
is the latest on the injury situation?
It's a long list. We've got Luke McGee, who's not going to be back until possibly the new year, certainly December sometime. Ethan Bristow will be out until potentially the end of November. Christian Dennis probably end of October, and the other couple again a little bit closer. Leo Connor, Jason Lowe. Obviously, unfortunately, young Josh Williams is out for the season. Sam Finley's now available to us moving forward, which is great. He's been back training with us now and involved with the group for the last couple of weeks, so his training time has gone up. Which has been good. Obviously, it coincided with his hip operation as well, and he's obviously his ban coming towards an end, which is pleasing. So Sam comes back into the group, and Sam Finley, for me, when I was in charge last year, was really good for us on the pitch. So it's good that he's back. We'd like more players to be available, obviously, and more competition, because I think it drives success, it drives competition on the training ground, and makes performances have to be better individually and collectively. But we're not in that position, so let's get on with it. So whoever was out on the pitch today gave everything, and that's what I want them to do.
And there'll certainly be a better bounce in training on Monday morning.
There certainly will be. I'm not sure I'm going to put myself through watching that game back again, but I will do. And also we'll put the good stuff together. But it's a better feeling than it was last Saturday, and certainly after the Salford game, where we go away from here with a point, with a clean sheet, and so that was the basis that we spoke about since last Saturday.
Andy, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Smashing. Thank you.